Hello, thanks for joining me today. I'm Jerry and this is 3D HP. I've got more goodies in the mail. And this is something I can really use in my resin printing. Let me open it up and show you what I got. A little UV light I got off of Amazon from GIANTARM, which is a GIANTARM-Geeetech company. And I do have two UV curing stations. One is homemade and another one that I reviewed a while back. But I thought it'd be really cool. I noticed that some of my larger prints that I'm doing on my Frozen Mighty 4K, they're too tall for my bigger homemade curing station. I got to leave the top open. And with having a light like this, I can beam down in on it and I can cure the top half of the model. Or for that sake, I can just sit there and mount it, prop it up in front of it, and I can cure the whole model. Put on a little turntable that turns, or I can just rotate the model every so often if you don't have a turntable that turns. They do make those on Amazon also that the light, you know, gets them going. But yeah, this looks pretty cool. I haven't tried it out yet, but it's got a bracket on the side. It appears to be, it's a metal case. Glass in the front. It says GIANTARM, got a GIANTARM sticker right on the back of it. And let's see how long this power cord on it. As long as it's got a good long power cord. Yeah, it looks pretty good. If I can get it all undone here. Power cord appears to be, about 5 foot probably, maybe 6 feet. Let's plug it in and check it out. Now, it's not good to look at UV light for a very long period of time, so I won't. But I'll show you guys. Let's see if it works. Ready? Ta-da! Yeah. But yeah, this cures resin very quickly. It will cure it. I'll show you here in a second. Okay, here's a quick example of the UV light on a little sample of resin here. I got some gray resin and with my flashlight. So let me set that out of the way. Let's go with flashlight. As you can see, it cures that top layer really quick. Of course, it won't do it all the way through. It'll take a little bit, but anyway, when you cure your models, you only cure an outside layer, and that's getting pretty warm there. It's warming it right up. So now let's move on to sample number 2. Get my light here and turn the switch on. Here's sample number 2. Yeah, it's getting very warm. But see, yep, works great. Try to give you a little demonstration how fast resin cures under UV light. But yeah, it looks like it's very well constructed. It's 405 nm, the wavelength. I do have a UV flashlight that I cure on my models when I have a little tiny hole. When I hollow a model, I put a drain hole in it. And then I'll take a drop of resin with a Q-tip, wet resin, put over that hole, and I'll take a UV flashlight and I'll cure it. But something like this could be just set up and would work very fast. And also I have a large helmet from, who did I get it from? Oh, Nico, at Nico Industries. I've got a big Mandalorian helmet, and I had a layer shift in the top of the helmet, and I had to reprint it and cover it. And I've heard that, I haven't tried it, but I've heard that you can take resin, you can brush it on, and use a UV light to cure it, and it'll give you a glass-like finish. And obviously resin, as you should know, is very easy to sand once it's cured. But that might work really well on something like that. Just paint it on, hold the light on, and it cures in a matter of seconds, 2-3 seconds, it'll cure it. And yeah, it looks pretty cool. So let me jump over to their website real quick, and I'll see what they show you what they got here on Amazon here in the USA. But here's their website right here. It sells for $25.59. And I ordered this, and they reimbursed me right away when I got it, because I don't do paid reviews for anybody. If I review a product for a company and they want me to order it first, They always reimburse me within 24 hours before I get the product in the mail. And then the any review I do is of my own, whether I want to say something good, bad, or what. Otherwise, you know, I do. So, let me show you some pictures here of it. Shows you how the bracket mounts. You just loosen it up and you can swivel the bracket in different positions. The line length for the power cord is 160 centimeters. So, yeah, there's a little turntable I was talking about. I have one of these that I keep in my homemade UV curing station, and then it's light activated, and it rotates. But you can't put heavy models on it. I already found out that if I put a real heavy model on it, like I'll show you here in a minute, it doesn't turn on me. So having something like this on it where I can angle it from different angles would be good if it's too tall for it. So, and there's a little pickle jar that I already own. I use that for IPA. But let me switch back over to me. But anyway, yeah, for instance, when I have a model here of Cyclops. Let's see here, Cyclops right here. You bring him over. Now, once I glued him all together, he was still a little bit tacky, and I wanted to cure him, so I put him in my homemade chamber. And he was too tall for it. I had to leave the lid open on. He was way too tall. But using a light like this, it'd be very easy for me to mount it up top and have it cure him. Now, the model was too heavy for the turntables, but I could just, you know, set this up on it, and I could turn him, and I could cure him with this light very easily. So this would be real handy. Rather than using my flashlight, which runs on batteries and has a small screen, this has a much larger area and plugs into 110. So I don't have to worry about replacing batteries. It'll cover a much larger area. But I have a couple of prints that just got done. One on my Elegoo Mars and one on my Frozen Mighty 4K. So I can go out there and I'll try this on it and see how well it works. But yeah, see, here's how that bracket moves. So you can just put it on a table and you can angle it. And it has holes so you can mount it to something. You know, whatever you want to mount it to. A little tripod or a stand or a bracket. And just have it set up and have it angled and set up your part. And if it's rotating or not, you can always spin it and turn it. But it looks well made, looks real cool. So let's jump over to my other camera. I'll break out my cell phone and I'll go in my curing room and I'll show you some more footage. Alrighty, in the resin room. Got the light already plugged in. And here's what I've been using when I have to cure something real small or I feel a hole or something on a model. Got a little UV flashlight and it runs on batteries. Got that off Amazon. Works real good. But I wouldn't use that to cure a whole model. Well, this little light here would be perfect. You know, I can prop it up right in front of my object, whatever I'm curing, and I can turn it side to side, bottom, top, whatever I need to do. Or for instance, if I come over here to my homemade UV station and I need to re-cure a model after I've glued it together, or if the parts are too tall and I've got the lid open and I can't turn the model upside down, this will work perfect. Simply bring my light over. You know, just set it there or mount it on something, whichever, and then I just let the model rotate or I just turn it around to each side. So this would be a great little addition here to my little setup I got going on. So I think this UV light would be a great addition to your hobby room. If you don't want to build a resin chamber, you don't want to buy a resin chamber, or you just want an addition to what you currently have, if your model happens to be very tall or very tiny, if you don't want to have to deal with a flashlight and batteries all the time, I think this would be a great addition to your hobby room. And, you know, something everybody could use. Like I say, it's metal. It appears to be well built. It's very bright. It's got a long cord that plugs in, and you don't have to worry about batteries. You know, you can cure little guys like this. This is from Chaos Cortec, and this here model here is from Sanix. But yeah, it's a great little tool. I'm glad I got it. I'm glad I got to review it and try it out. So I'll put a link in the description below if you guys like to check this out over on Amazon. But yeah, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share the video. I really appreciate it. And happy resin printing, everybody.